We did it, boys. We got a good direct. Oh my god, this only happens once in a blue moon. So many fan favorites. We got Funko Fusion, we got Hello Kitty Island Adventure, but, you know, between those, we got ourselves a new Fire Emblem Huh? What was that? Not Fire Emblem? It looks fun? Whoa. Is it Final Fantasy Tactics then? Disgaea? No? Oh. I mean, the core identity of the series is still right there. You got the little anime teenager child soldiers. We got the SRPG gameplay. You got the permadeath.
Oh, fuck.
You probably got the social sim aspects. It's literally Fire Emblem. The 100-line Last Defense Academy is an SRPG directed by Kodaka with the help of good old Ushikoshi over there. It's coming out next year. That's probably the most excited I am for anything from this direct when, you know, that says a lot considering how fucking crazy this direct was. And, you know, not only did I grow up danging my rope, as they say, but also SRPGs are my thing, so this reveal trailer made me splooge. The art, the gameplay, some of the designs, as can be inferred by the title, the game will take place over the course of 100 days at the Last Defense Academy. Pretty straightforward. You and your ragtag group of, let's be fucking real, probably prisoners, must defend the academy and the world from these walking vinyl figures. There was a trailer released with the direct and on Anaplex's YouTube channel that came out 10 hours after the direct, so I'll be taking a look at both of those, jumping between them. So starting off both trailers, we have our good old protagonists, and, you know, they're all like, wow, I sure am glad I live in a normal, boring, everyday life here in some district of Tokyo. Yeah, and I'm glad we aren't getting skinned alive and bored by marketable push. Oh no! And Kodaka's not fucking around this time. No shit, 4 seconds into the Aniplex trailer, we get extreme despair. One may say, okay, real fucking subtle, but it's actually the tagline for this game. Culmination of Ushikoshi and Kodaka's partnership, and apparently the state of their bank accounts after developing this game. Inside the article, Kodaka explains the gameplay will have 3 phases. Adventure, which is going to be our Dangan-esque mode, exploration, and simulation RPG. Strategy/tactical RPGs for us gaijins! We got our first look at the strategy RPG gameplay 7 seconds into the Aniplex trailer. It comes a little later in the Nintendo Direct. It looks to be the first battle of the game, just one-on-one, man versus fucking Gummy Bear, while the white woman lays mangled on the floor. First of all, we can see attack range of basic attacks is 5 fucking horizontal spaces from where he attacks from. You know, one who's played SRPGs might be thinking, that's strange. My sword-wielding child soldiers usually attack one plebeian at a time. Another major feature is that evading students attack in hordes, so battles are not square by square, but rather taken across multiple squares. We did it. We have the Muso SRPG. A couple more interesting things about this first fight. A, Takumi seems to be inflicted with some status ailment, which hinders his movement down to 1. You can see the little face there. B, white woman, not dead. She has a health bar, meaning that this is probably a defense mission. The forum makes me hopeful that the status ailments will be a bit more prominent in this game. I would like to commit various war crimes to these marketable plushies. We don't have any looks at stuff like items or equipment or active skills or passives or anything outside of a single passive that the protagonist has. You can see in this one screenshot here, he's got something that allows you to restart phases. Outside of that though, there's not much I can say at the moment how they'll be incorporated into like combat, if it will be from specific equipment or skills or what. The second point plays into what Kodaka was saying during the interview, that this will largely be a defensive game, and they're showing that even before we get to our last defense at the academy. And speaking of the school, after saying hi to what is that? Okay. We're taken to the last defense academy. According to the description of the game, Takumi is brought to the academy after stabbing himself for the power to protect those he cares about. How avant-garde. Now he's stuck here protecting Hope's Peak. This classroom is where we start to meet the rest of the cast. The game's supposed to have 15 other units besides Takumi. We're shown the greater half of them through these trailers. We have White of unspecified gender. We have the character half the fandom will dislike, but the small strange one, female edition. We have obvious killer bait. She's got the red eye. She's scary looking. I don't know about this one. Piercings? I don't know. Minnie Mouse ass bow. Fucking awesome motorcycle and strangely marketable Genocide Jack. Oh, this one actually has a name. It's Darumi Amamiya. The other 7 are viewable from behind in the key visual of the game. On the note of characters, Kodaka mentions that all of them will have their own special subject, as well as each character having a favorite weapon and special moves. I can already tell one way it's going to be incorporated. Fucking awesome motorcycle in what seems to be the first battle after the prologue. The first day, if you will. These trailers are really good at only showing information we're supposed to have right now, so like, even though we're getting more like new cutscenes and new fucking gameplay footage and different sets and stuff, we're still only seeing characters we saw in that one classroom. So the amount of characters that we can see the weapon types for and gameplay for are very limited. As we know, Takumi uses a katana, Glasses Lady uses a giant axe, cool. Whitey over here can be seen holding a scythe in the pre-battle cutscene, and Darumi has a Gate of Babylon with marginally shorter blades. Oh yeah, and fucking awesome motorcycle, which is the only one other than Takumi we could see attacking. His attacks span a 3x3 area centered on him as he does donuts on the aliens, which Kodaka states is the reason they fight in school uniforms. All the students have a power called Gaku Ryoku, or self-driving power. I don't know how accurate that will be. This was a on-mad translated interview. Thankfully this isn't like Three Houses, so primary designs aren't just academy uniforms, boring as shit. I skipped it before, but we can see there are a lot of enemies to start, probably double that of the average chapter 1 of an SRPG, but also like half of them die in one hit, so whatevs. It seems the damage scaling for this game might be on the lower side, considering characters are only doing 1 base damage instead of, I don't know, 7? Oh, also, there's a giant fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! XZ summon as the first boss, and it has 40 health, so, you know, maybe it will not be necessary to beat that at this moment. Takumi is still affected by the status ailment, and it seems like this game will use an action point system for combat. Instead of each character being granted an action and the turn ends when all the actions are used, or you manually end the turn, the game gives you a set number of points that you can use and distribute or whatever to give your units actions, so you're limited by that as opposed to like number of units or whatever. There's gotta be some reason for it to not just be like 1 action per character. There's mention from Kodaka in the Famitsu interview that there is something called the unextinguishable flame that is stopping the big scary bad guy from getting into the school. And later in the Unplugged trailer, we can see the creatures attacking the machines that seem to affect a force field around the school. So potentially that will be the thing that the players will be expected to puppy guard through maps. No. Hello internet, welcome to Game Theory, where we ask, is there a gameplay influenced permadeath system or a narrative influenced permadeath system? You see at the end of the gameplay segment, we see tossing aside a girl we can presume is dead, because everyone reacts like she's dying, and the Nintendo Direct man says that it's an unavoidable death. Granted, he's been wrong before. I feel as though even if there's going to be a gameplay-driven permadeath system, which I think would be cool, because it seems like it would actually have a bearing in the plot, this instance is more likely than not narrative-focused death. I believe that the team comp brought into battle was force deployed, since it just so happens to line up with the characters you see in the cutscene when the girl gets like fucking smacked out of the air or whatever. And there's one girl missing. That one is Darumi. We can see in the battle itself that she just happens to be completely drained of health, before anyone has so much as taken damage. Also, yeah. I posed the question in the first place since I'm trying to root out what this insanity Tokyo Games has that Kodaka and Ushikoshi keep fucking emphasizing every time they talk about the company as project. Ushikoshi's fingerprint in general makes me really suspicious of some sort of mindfuckery. Just about every game I've heard of that this man has touched has been like fucking strange in the head. Multiple story routes that can influence character death is very Ushikoshi, but I really don't know how feasible that is, like, to be like purely gameplay focused in a game that has 16 characters and potentially 100 different chances for them to die. Really more than that, since multiple characters can die in the same chapter. It seems like it'd be a fucking logistical nightmare to write for, so we'll have to see on that. A lot of stuff we see from this point on appears more prominently or exclusively in the Aniplex trailer. It's mostly smaller things of note, such as set designs being eccentric, the two red uniform characters being siblings, there's a cool guy with some sort of fucking, I don't know, rodent skull. Maybe that's a rat. The last note I have is, what the fuck is going on during the end of both these trailers with the characters looking all crazy against a red background? I have no idea. I don't think anyone has an idea. We can't get a good look of Motorcycle Guy regularly, but I feel like the face paint or whatever that is, long mascara eyeliner, I don't fucking know, isn't as noticeable regularly. Maybe there's like little alternate designs when they go emo mode. Maybe there's gonna be traders in this game for no reason. I just know something is up with these devs. And that's all for now. I will address anything else I have missed in future videos since I'm going to continue coverage of this game. I'm excited, I'm hyped, I'm ready to get skull fucked by this narrative. I will link the interview with Kodaka in the description since I didn't cover the entire thing. And a lot of the stuff in there, like even outside of like the context of the game itself, and like the story and the characters and everything, there's just like a lot of interesting little tidbits about the development cycle of this game, which was supposedly fucking hell. I thank you though for sticking through the entire video, and I hope you'll come back to me as more trailers and news comes out. Thank you and see ya!